For this very first fake product that doesn't actually exist, I was basically looking at this stick of butter and thinking how difficult this is to spread on toast, especially when it comes straight from the fridge. So this inspired me to create something that I'm not entirely sure if the world is ready for. A butter stick. The opposite of a stick of butter. The actual base of this, you're probably guessing, yes, this was a glue stick. What I've actually done was I filled it up with Kerrygold butter, which is my favorite butter. That's the only butter that I use. I take butter very seriously. I don't actually know if this works because obviously once we push it out, it's not gonna be able to come back in. This looks promising. Like, why does that look right? I wanted this to basically just look like very on brand with Kerrygold. It's solid. This looks like a real product. I think I've done a good job here. The ultimate test is whether this comes out or not. It's not. Oh my god, it's coming out. It's coming out. Oh my god, this works. Like, this is butter. This is the first time I will say yes to a free sample at Macy's. Cold butter is very difficult to spread, so this, because you apply pressure, we've got 2 slices of toast here. So let's see if this... Oops. Why is this the greatest idea ever? Like, this spreads so evenly. You can basically do twice as much. Do you see how you can literally coat every corner of the bread? I'm sure someone at some point in history has come up with this. It's very easy to use this because the edges, you basically just apply pressure and you can do this quick. You can do it in circular motions. And I know you're thinking, what about the breadcrumbs on here? And I hear you, but this also happens with a regular butter when you use a knife. I guess you just have to use this strictly for toast. This is incredible. I don't even know if you can see, but this is coated to perfection. It's like a perfect smooth layer of butter. There's really nothing to test here. The biggest thing was whether this works or not, and it does. You can literally push it all out. Do you want to see how much butter I put in here? And you can retract it, so if you want to put this in your pocket, and if you're thinking this is too big to put in your pocket, please allow me to introduce to you a pocket version. I have too much free time in my hands, but basically I made a smaller version which was actually melting in my pocket. It's like a baby version of this one for children. If you've got smaller hands, it works just the same. Apart from the crumbs on top, which, you know, is an issue that we have to deal with, I think this is 100% worth it. That's superior to spread with a knife. I know I might be biased, but honestly, that's a good butter to toast ratio. Not a single dry spot. Where do I cash in my millions? I got the idea for this one on TikTok and I just had to create it. I could not sleep until this was a real product. So this is, you know those Nestle drumstick ice cream cones? This is just the ends, like the butts, you know that bit. 100% everyone's favorite part of eating an ice cream cone. These companies are sleeping, and the moment I get approached by a food manufacturer, it's over for everyone. I made it see-through because this visually is incredible. Look how cool that looks. And then on the lid, I kind of wanted this like swimming pool, kind of like blue aesthetic, because that is kind of what the drumstick brand is all about. It's actually really cool packaging because obviously you don't want this to go stale. It prevents the air from coming in because the way you open this, you twist it. It's kind of difficult and I don't want to ruin the packaging. This is not working, but this is supposed to, I don't know why, maybe because it was in the fridge. So I'm just gonna, okay, that works. This is beautiful. It's like a mini ice cream cone, but just, you know, filled with milk chocolate. I don't really know if you'd have this with milk as like cereal. Maybe that would actually be a good option. Like, you could use this to decorate like cupcakes or like cakes. You could use this for so many things. I genuinely think this would be a success. I made so many because I'm actually gonna enjoy this. Isn't this like the best thing ever? Like, I think as cereal, this is my preferred way to eat this. Some of them are way heavier than others. It's kind of like, which one's gonna have the more chocolate? Let's buy and find out. But honestly, it just looks like the bottom of a... Yes. Yes. This literally unlocked like a core memory in my brain. Summer, you're eating your ice cream, life is great, and Taylor Swift music is playing. You'd probably think that it would lose the magic because obviously you're not finishing the ice cream. It's just as magical as finishing an ice cream cone and then you get that bite. The only thing is I don't really know if this is a biscuit or a cereal. It kind of tastes like cereal, strangely. So I might try this with milk on my TikTok. Thank you for existing and bringing feelings into my life that I didn't know I could have. I know in the previous videos we have done a few products with Hot Cheetos. These were some of my favorite products ever, and I really, like, I thought of this one and I was like, I have to make it. These are Cheetos Flaming Hot Onion Rings. This was a container for, I don't even know exactly what, but I think it honestly fits perfectly. So these were actually made frozen, and then I just put it in the oven right now, so they are still crispy right now, because I kind of learned from the previous video. I hear you guys' criticisms, and I try to improve. I was kind of getting tired of that red flaming hot aesthetic for the packaging, so for this one I went with a theme of blue flames, and I honestly think this is like one of my best designs. 3, 2, oh my god, that is beautiful. Like, and these are so hot still, like I can literally barely touch them, just fresh off the oven. I really want to show you this because I have done one of the most extra things I've ever done for this series. I basically created a custom Flaming Hot Cheetos parchment paper. Just one of those things that separates psychopaths from normal people. Because these are so crunchy, I'm gonna give you guys ASMR. But this is basically what it looks like. It smells like onion rings and Flaming Hot Cheetos. All this effort to make it crispy that I'm trying to find which one is the crispiest one, because I feel like I haven't been able to give you the ASMR that I was imagining. I'm gonna pray to the gods of ASMR. The gods are telling me to bite here, okay. How dare the gods fail me like that? It's not crispy, a little bit. Maybe this one. Let me get close to the camera. I think these are just digestive sounds. Maybe I slightly underbaked it. It's probably my fault. It just occurred to me this would be incredible with cheese in the center as well. There's probably not going to be a part 4, but if there was, you know what product would be in it. I never eat onion rings, so there's like no competition, but these are really good. I was originally only gonna make this Nutella idea for TikTok. It came out so good that I literally need to show you. One of my favorite flavors of cheesecake is Nutella cheesecake, hazelnut cheesecake. So I thought, how amazing would it be if they made cream cheese triangles, except it's Nutella flavor. These were Laughing Cow cream cheese triangles. You probably know what it is. It's very popular. They're very good. And I made a sweet dessert version. I did this like brown, like Nutella lines to make it look even more chocolatey, but something's wrong with my printer, so this is basically kind of staining my hands and everything. This is honestly one of my favorite products that I've designed. I think this looks too good. Not trying to be shady, but I don't even think Nutella would put this much effort. So these are the slices of my dessert cream cheese. I've had some issues where some stickers are not really sticking perfectly, but it's fine. This even look better than the Laughing Cow. I think this is one of my favorite things that I've done. There's more surprises to this. Once you get these out, what you actually get, I basically did an alternative design. So this was my alternative cover, and obviously I didn't do the bottom ones because that was a lot of work. If you've ever had a Laughing Cow cheese, you know there's like a little red little handle here, and when you pull it, you can basically unwrap the whole thing. I can't promise you that that's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try. I was expecting it to be a little more solid. I don't know if it's the Nutella, but it is a little on the solid side. This would obviously have to be professionally made with additives and stuff to make this solidify. So we kind of struggle with that. So I kind of imagined that we'd put this in like, I don't know, like a bagel, like a hazelnut cheesecake bagel. Now, whether this is gonna work as an actual product, we will see, but like pretty happy with that. If this tastes good, just imagine the uses there would be for this product. You'd be able to use this for baking, like in cupcakes, frosting. At least I would, so I just hope this tastes good. That's the only thing that I don't want to be disappointed. Oh my god, this is the best thing ever. I heard myself, but it was worth it. The bagel is chewy. It's that line between savory and sweet. It's so good. It's a good balance between the Nutella and the cream cheese, but if I had to pick a winner, it would probably be the cream cheese. It tastes more like cream cheese than Nutella. While it reminds you of Nutella, it does not taste like Nutella. The consistency, it's so much creamier and like... I'm in my feelings now. I'm very excited for this next fake product that doesn't exist because I actually think this looks real. I honestly think this is exactly what Oreo would make. This is basically deep fried Oreos, except this would be available at the supermarket. I honestly think this is exactly what Oreo would make, and then I even did this little detail on the lid, and then probably there'd be like a barcode and the ingredients. We didn't go that far. I didn't actually write deep fried Oreos on here. The reason for that is because I honestly don't think that's what they would call it, because it sounds too unhealthy, even though this is exactly what this is. I think they would come up with something similar to Oreo dough balls or something like that. My design looks a lot paler than the actual product because obviously I didn't know this is what they would look like. We're going to open it. This, wow, it smells like donuts. If Bath & Body Works doesn't have this in a candle, they should. And then here we've got the deep fried Oreos. These are still, I think, fluffy, but also a little bit crispy. I think I might have tried deep fried Oreos once, but I honestly can't remember what it tastes like. That actually looks very similar to what it did in the front. It looks fluffy, it's like greasy, but not too greasy. How is this not a real product? Oreo, what are you doing? Some of these are crispier than the others. I'm gonna try a crispy one. I'm gonna open this one. You can literally hear the oil on the inside. Healthy? It is not. Half of it is crunchy, the other half is soggy. That makes sense. Oh my god, it's so good. I'm not even rating it for this video, everything's great. Churros meets Oreos, that's it. I ordered churros for my birthday because I really craved like dulce de leche churros, and I wish I had these instead. These are so much better than any churros I've ever had. It is very greasy, and I'm not entirely sure if Oreo would put this in a supermarket without some kind of backlash. I don't know, people always get annoying about things that tastes good. For this next one, I'm gonna save you from my amateur packaging. This is the real deal. This is an actual packaging from KFC. I know KFC in certain locations already has a vegan version of fried chicken. I also have a lot of vegetarian friends who actually don't like the texture of chicken. They're vegetarian because they don't actually like the flavor and the texture of meat. So this is what I created as an alternative for vegan and vegetarian people. It's cauliflower chicken wings, KFC seasoning and coating on pieces of cauliflower. I honestly think this sounds delicious. Doesn't it look amazing? Have I lost my mind, or is this kind of delicious? Even if you're not vegetarian, you can literally launch this internationally, like in places like India where vegetarian food is very common. This would be incredible. It still looks like it belongs at KFC. Like this looks like something that you'd buy at KFC. I think it's the coating and the colors, and it smells like chicken. It's strange how much this actually looks like chicken. Or like maybe it doesn't. Did anyone ever ask cauliflower if it wants to be chicken? If it wants to be rice? If it wants to be all those things? Oh my god, that tastes like chicken. Why does it taste so much like KFC? Oh my god, that's so weird. Wow, that tastes like KFC chicken. I would say it's better, superior to most. It's like KFC chicken if they cooked it perfectly every time. I'm not vegetarian, I'm not vegan. I didn't forget what KFC chicken tastes like. I've had KFC chicken yesterday for breakfast. I promise, I do know. Obviously, you do get the texture of cauliflower in there, but because the flavor is so overwhelming, it just literally tastes like chicken to me. Recently, I was telling someone that I honestly think the only reason why donuts, the original Glaze donuts, are enjoyable is because of the glaze. Because when you actually think of the texture, it's kind of stale. It's like a very dry cake. But the glaze, it's sweet. It makes it so addictive. So I thought, what if Dunkin' Donuts sold the donut glaze separately? You can transform any baking good that you make, even if it fails, to a delicious classic Dunkin' Donut flavor. I really like this. I honestly think I've done a good job. It's a very self-explanatory product, so I didn't want to write too much. Like, it's just glaze in a jar. This was in the fridge, so I kind of put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds to see if it's not as solid. So let me show you the detail on the lid. I just basically wanted to include the Dunkin' Donuts logo somewhere. So, okay. It smells like a birthday cake. Can I really show you the consistency of this? Because it is icing at the end of the day. It might be more liquid than you guys are expecting. All those little black dots, that's all vanilla and all the flavorings that are supposed to, you know, make this taste like actual Dunkin' Donuts. It's literally sugar in a jar, and I know everyone's gonna be like, who would buy this? The difference between this and Betty Crocker's frosting is butter. So I thought if you make like a very boring cake at home, imagine it looks a bit dull on top, like nothing particularly exciting about it. So you just basically apply it. I guess you could do like an effect, but I'm not going to. I think the best use for this, I would basically transform everything into an original glazed donut. The texture is good. If you made cinnamon buns, for example, there's no need to like spend time making the frosting. Why does it look exactly like a glazed donut? Maybe a little bit overly glazed. Is this gonna taste amazing? I'm gonna go and guess yes. Am I gonna put a spoon in there and eat it straight from the jar? I'm gonna guess yes. This is really weird because this dried exactly like a donut. It was honestly so quick. And do you see, this is literally, this cake became a donut. This product is genius. And also if you leave it unattended, this also, the jar becomes a donut. This is actually kind of genius. This cake is incredible, by the way. Can we just talk about how much sadder this slice of cake would be without that frosting on top? Please taste like a donut. Please taste like a donut. It tastes like a donut! It's so good. It tastes just like a donut. Dunkin' Donuts, what are you doing? Make this, please. I would honestly just peel off this whole top of the cake and enjoy it. But I'm gonna be good. It might sound weird at first, a pizza flavored tomato ketchup, but let me explain myself. A few weeks ago, I saw someone on TikTok making a pizza with ketchup, and as you can imagine, all the comments were like, this is horrifying. People were sending them death threats, just the usual in the food community. I was thinking about it, and I honestly don't blame anyone who tries to use ketchup for pizza. It should taste amazing with pizza, so I created a product, a tomato ketchup. You can use this as a ketchup, you can use it to dip your fries, but also it's got the spices like onion, garlic, basil, oregano, less sugar, so it's more like in between ketchup and pizza sauce. At the end of the day, it's a tomato product. I think this makes sense. Like, we shouldn't have to keep two different types of products. I don't know, you guys let me know, is this stupid? I don't think it is, otherwise it wouldn't be here, but I've done an incredible job with the label. It just looks real. I found the image and then I added a pizza slice. You can see the bits and chunks. It smells very, very intense. I haven't tasted it, but I can smell it just as soon as I open the lid. So the way I thought that people could use this is just the same way you use ketchup, which I'm assuming we need to shake because I thought that someone could just squeeze this. Look how easy this is! Oh my god, I'm literally like, this is like even better than I imagined. This is perfect! I used too much tomato sauce, but it doesn't even matter. Oh no, I accidentally printed the logo in my hands. This is not like a real pizza base, but it's just what I had at home. But we're just gonna see if this tastes good, because I honestly don't think ketchup goes on pizza. I'm gonna do some pepperoni as well, because this is what I would make if this was with real pizza sauce. Anything else wouldn't be fair. We might have overcooked the pizza a little bit. Okay, the pepperoni went a little black. It's not gonna distract from the main thing that we want to test out, which is whether the ketchup tastes like ketchup or pizza sauce. So I'm still gonna cut it and we're still gonna try it. These pizza bases are basically made of egg white and that's it. It's like a gluten-free. I always overcook it, so you know, nothing is new. The actual sauce is maybe a little bit darker than regular pizza sauce. The sugar maybe like caramelizes, or maybe I just overcooked it. Oh my god, wow. That's incredible. It's like pizza sauce, but slightly sweeter. Very much pizza sauce, like no ketchup at all. These better last for a long time. One of the best pizza sauce I've ever had. Easy. Like, this is worth the imprinting on my finger. I might get it tattooed now. Do I need any words for this one? It looks finished, it looks perfected, and most importantly, the idea, I've never seen this before. As you will be able to see from the back, this looks like a container of Chips Ahoy cookie dough. My vision for this product is that you would be able to eat this straight from the jar with a spoon, so this is basically edible cookie dough, but the way I see this product actually actually existing is you can also scoop this out and bake it in the oven, even though there's no egg in it, so this is completely safe for you to eat it raw. You could also turn this into cookies if you wanted to. And I also thought you could use this as a spread. We'll see if it actually tastes good enough for that. The actual product is so good though that it actually this looks like a print. I kept it very simple, and then I really wanted to do a little detail on top. I haven't actually seen it on the inside yet. Oh my god. Game over. This is beautiful. That looks like an actual Chips Ahoy cookie. This is so sad that I'm ruining it. Do keep in mind this was in the fridge for a long time. Oh my god, this is the perfect cookie dough consistency. You'd put this in a baking sheet and make Chips Ahoy whenever you need. Apart from obviously eating this with a spoon, which I think would be the most reasonable option. Because it's edible, because there's no egg in it, there's no like raw flour in it. Is this the world's first cookie dough spread? I've never heard of it before. I don't know if I'm delusional, but to me, this looks actually incredible, genius. Like, that looks more appetizing than a Nutella spread, to me. I was originally gonna bake this cookie dough just to see if we would actually look like a Chips Ahoy. But then I thought if this was a real product, I would never actually bake this. I would eat this as a spread or just with a spoon. So we're gonna try it with the bagel because that makes the most sense. At first, it's very artificial cookie dough. Are we sure this is edible? No, it's time to grab the spoon for the ultimate test. I mean, this is very rich. There's literally like 3 types of chocolate chip cookies, which, is that what Chips Ahoy does? So good. I have no idea what's actually in this, but there are like 3 or 4 different types of chocolate chips. Some of them taste like dark chocolate, some of them milk chocolate, but the most impressive part is actually the cookie dough. The batter is so smooth, like you can't taste sugar crystal, it's not like grainy, like weird. Pudding with chocolate chips, that's how I would describe this. It's amazing as it is on its own. I swear this to me is one of the most genius products in this whole video. So the packaging, I didn't think too much about it because it doesn't really matter. So I call this an inverted latte. So what I imagine is you go to Starbucks in the morning or like in the beginning of the week and you say, can I get an inverted latte cup? Which basically is 1 Starbucks cup, so they don't need to come up with any fancy packaging, it doesn't really matter. And inside, they've got shots of espresso that have been frozen. Each of these cubes is a double espresso, I made them myself. And you may be thinking, and what exactly are you going to do with this? How is this an inverted latte? Then you grab a glass, you fill it up with milk, it could be warm if you want to make this a little bit quicker, or it could just be room temperature. And to this, you add your shots of espresso. Eventually, this would become a latte, a very strong one. This would be a quadruple. They could add flavorings to this, like imagine cubes of espresso with pumpkin spice. There's so many possibilities to this. Very easy to prepare. You basically put this in the freezer. You'd probably save a lot of money because these would definitely be cheaper than going there every single day. Now, the only thing that I didn't actually think about is whether this actually works, whether this actually tastes fresh. I think this is fully dissolved. It literally became the color of a regular latte. Like, honestly, you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. If you had used some warm milk, this would have happened instantly. You could even foam the milk. Like, wow, that would be a really good idea. I'm sure this is a thing somewhere. Let me know in the comment section. Okay, that is definitely a quadruple shot of espresso. I love it. My addiction to coffee is dangerous. The chemicals in my brain are singing right now. Honestly, this is incredible. This was in the freezer for a few days, so if it was gonna taste stale or weird, I would let you know. It doesn't. It tastes like fresh coffee. This is a good idea. Maybe this is a thing already. I'm honestly interested. I wish I would have done a caramel as well. Before everyone jumps in the comments and says, why in the world would KFC serve seafood? Because it's Kentucky Fried Chicken. But I was thinking when I was in America, I went to Popeyes, which is supposed to be like a fried chicken restaurant. And I love their fried seafood. It was honestly the best thing on the menu. And then when I came back to Europe, because we don't have Popeyes, I was thinking, I wish KFC would do something similar, like fried shrimp, squid, whatever it is, like just something that would be different from the chicken. So I went and created it myself. KFC's first fried tempura, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't look very much like something that KFC would do, and the reason for that is because we initially tried this with the KFC chicken batter, and it looked so wrong and not right. So we made that, and we've also got a sweet chili dip, which I actually think KFC does a sweet chili dip. I honestly think this is like realistic. It would make me very happy if KFC did this. It's easy to eat. It's kind of similar to like chicken fingers, really. So I honestly think it would make sense for them to do it. And oh, this looks so good. Wow. I don't know what I'm trying to show you. It is shrimp on the inside. I don't know if this is the actual sweet chili sauce from KFC, but this actually tastes like the sweet chili sauce that they have. The only thing I'm gonna say is it does not taste like it belongs at KFC. There's something about the oil here that it tastes too clean. Like we needed some of that chicken flavor in there, maybe dipping this in chicken gravy. That would make this more of an authentic product. However, if this existed in the way that it does, I do believe this is something that people want. Coronel Sanders, my email address is in the description down below. This is really good. I don't know if you remember, but on the previous episode of this series, we've created a Nutella tea, which tasted a lot like Nutella, except it didn't have any sugar, which made me think how important sugar is in the flavor, the classic flavor for Nutella. So, for this product, I decided to create a Nutella and remove all sugar from it. Obviously, we don't want it to be stupid, so we did replace it with sweetener. So this is basically a healthier version of Nutella. Is it going to taste the same? I was thinking if this was a real product, would this be successful? And I honestly think so, because if you think about Diet Coke or Coke Zero, it's more popular than the regular one. Almost everyone drinks Diet Coke over the original one. So I don't know, are they missing out? Or maybe they haven't created it because it doesn't taste like Nutella. So we are going to find out. And like normal Nutella, it doesn't seem as well mixed. You won't be able to see on camera, this will all look the same, but it's like separating or something. Sucralose and stevia, I think, are the sweeteners on this, which I think are like the healthier option for... Oh my god, that's so weird. So Nutella does not hold... So this will be interesting. After spreading, anything looks like Nutella. I think it's a little bit darker. I didn't even show you the packaging because, you know, there's nothing too exciting. We've done like a million Nutella packaging. I just thought of doing it in blue because I just wanted to make a Nutella that would stand out. Healthier, like less calories. That was my reasoning. I don't know if blue is very appetizing for Nutella after seeing it, but it's done. Nutella without sugar. What else is next? One of my videos without me asking you to subscribe. It does not smell like Nutella now. I know I said that it does, but it doesn't. It smells more like cocoa powder than hazelnut, which is weird, but we're gonna give it a try. The Nutella is there. That's interesting. I kind of love it. It's definitely different, but I do really... Is it better, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't taste as full as Nutella. Like, there's something about when you bite Nutella, it's probably the sugar, like a punch of flavor. This one is a little softer. I don't know nutritional info. I don't know exactly what's in it, if these sweeteners are good for you. I'd probably buy Nutella for like baking and other things, but I would actually probably have this every single day with like toast. I did not want to include this product in this video because I hate pronouncing this word. It's just one of those words that I can't pronounce. This is Cajun Seasoning. Is that how you say it? Because I want to say Cajun. This product is a Cajun seasoning from Five Guys. If you've ever been to Five Guys, you know their fries are incredible. They have the plain ones, which are very good, but they also have the Cajun ones. In my opinion, sometimes it's too spicy. Sometimes it's not spicy enough. Sometimes I want that seasoning inside the burger. So I basically went and created a Five Guys official Cajun seasoning. It was pretty easy to design. The actual seasoning, I don't know if this is exactly the same. We tried to replicate this. In order to try this, the only way to do this is with Five Guys fries, which, by the way, I ordered one small portion of fries from Five Guys. If you guys ever go to Five Guys, and if you've never been before, don't get large fries. There's no need. These are a bit stale now, which is kind of annoying, but they are plain. They do the seasoning quite heavily. So, And the best thing about this is that you could actually use this for other foods. I think this would be really good. Even on a pasta dish, I think it's gonna taste the same. After looking at it, I just realized that you could actually deal with a little bit more seasoning, because in order to truly test this out. Visually, it looks exactly the same. It smells the same. Okay. The fries are a little bit stale, so it makes this... I don't think we're quite there yet. I'm disappointed because, like, these spices taste sweet. This very much tastes like something from the supermarket. It does not taste like the Five Guys classic spice, which I'm disappointed, but I retain the opinion that this is an incredible idea and Five Guys is truly missing out. We want this. I was thinking, and honestly for this one, there was no point on making actual packaging because I think if Starbucks actually sold these, it would just come in a paper bag. My idea for this was my favorite drink at Starbucks of all time is a pumpkin spice latte. It is honestly the only reason why I live my life is because I want to wait for October for it. I get my serotonin where I can, and every October I can. Every time I go to get a pumpkin spice latte, sometimes I want to get something with it, but they don't really have anything that pairs well with it. So I have created a Starbucks pumpkin spice cookie. It smells a lot like cinnamon. I was expecting this to be soft, I'm not gonna lie. It's basically like a biscuit. It's not really a cookie. It's not entirely what I was imagining. I was expecting these to be a little bit bigger when I requested them, but these almost seem like store-bought. You know, it's pretty simple. It's just something that I feel like the flavor would go really well with a pumpkin spice latte. I'm trying really hard to ignore the fact that I might have been scammed for this one. They're too perfect. One of them is covered in cinnamon, the other one isn't. I paid bakery prices for these. I respect it somehow because I would probably do the same thing. All I truly care about is whether this would go with a pumpkin spice latte or not. So let me just imagine. Don't really have one here. It would be impossible. It's not sweet, and I think that's why it would pair, because obviously a PSL is quite sweet. I get 0 sugar. I get a lot of cinnamon and ginger, and that's it. It's almost like a savory biscuit, which is so weird. This with a PSL, I think it would be incredible. And for that reason, I'm gonna say that this is a success. So that was part 3 of fake products that don't actually exist. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to carry on with this series. I do think that might be it. Maybe I'll carry on with it on TikTok. Before you go, please don't forget to subscribe and switch my notifications on. It literally takes 2 seconds. I'm not one of those annoying creators, like I'm not bothering you. Every time you hear from me, it's because I've got content. Thank you to those of you who've got my notifications on and are subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really hope you enjoy this. I honestly think this episode 3 had the strongest products. I also do think I used all my best ideas, and I will pull more out of my brain if you guys want me to. I hope you enjoy this. I love you guys, and I will see you on my next video, which I'm gonna say that it's in 2 or 3 days, and then realistically it's like 5 or 6, 7, 2 weeks.